Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavatpadashankaram Lokashankaram Apara Karuna Sindhum Jnanadam Shanta Rupinam Shri Chandrasekhara Gurum Pranamami Udan Vaham.
Namami Bhagavatpada Shankaram Lokashankaram Sadashivasamarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Vande Shambhumumapatim Suragurum Vande Jagatkaranam Vande Pandagabhushanam Mrigasaram Vande Pashunam Patim Vande Surya Shashanka Vandhinayanam Vande Mukunda Priyam Vande Bhakta Janashrayascha Varadam Vande Shivam Shankaram. With the abundant blessings of our Periyava, we have been able to continue with Suvarna Stuthi of Adi Shankara Bhagavatpada. We have completed up to sloka number 25. We are now going to 26. Tankarastava dhanusho dalayati hridayam dvisham ashanirivabho samba sada shiva shambho shankara charanam me tava charana yugam. Tava dhanushaha tankaraha Dvisham Hridayam Dalayati Ashaniriva. Tava Dhanushaha, your bow. Shiva's bow is called Pinaka. Very famous, very powerful. So he says, your bow, Tankaraha, the sound of tongue, the twang sound of the bow when he is dispatching the arrow. Then what happens? When he is dispatching the arrow with the tongue sound, with the twang, Dvisham Hridayam Dalayati. Dvisha means the enemies. Dalayati breaks. It breaks into pieces the enemy's hearts. The moment he dispatches the arrow, not even dispatching the moment he makes the sound with that bow, by pulling the bowstring, Shankara, that sound, he need not even dispatch the arrow. Even before dispatching the arrow, if he just pulls the bowstring and makes that sound, the enemy's hearts are broken to pieces. Like what? Ashani river. Ashani he is Vajrayudha of Indra, thunderbolt. Devendra's Vajrayudha is also called Ashanihi. So Ashanihi Iva, like that thunderbolt. If thunderbolt falls on somebody, will he be able to survive? No. Similarly, when somebody hears the Tankara sound, his heart is broken to pieces. Now, if you take the first Anuvaka of Sri Rudram, the very first prayer is Namaste Rudramanyava Utota Ishave Namaha. It starts with the prayer to the issue, the arrow, and immediately it is followed by the bow. Namaste Astu Dhanvane Bahubhyam Utate Namaha. Dhanvane, the bow and the arrow, and your hands. Because the very first Anuvaka expresses the fear. I am a sinner. You may employ your arrow against me. Please don't do that. That is the prayer essentially in the first Anuvaka. So it starts with the prayer to the bow, prayer to the arrow, prayer to the arms of Parameshwara. Yate Shivatama Shivam Babhuvate Dhanuhu. Let your bow, Dhanuhu, let your bow be auspicious to us. Shiva Sharavya Yadavatayano Rudra Mridaya. Please be happy, Mridaya. Please be happy. And please make your bow and arrow also happy. So like this, it goes on. So the bow and arrow of Parameshwara are worshipped in detail in the first Anuvaka of Sri Rudram. and also in the subsequent Anuvakas to some extent. And his bow, Pinaka, is supposed to be extremely powerful. Now you find, now here it says even the Tankara sound of pulling the bowstring is enough to break the hearts of the enemies. A similar statement is made in Mahabharata when Krishna arrives at the battlefield, and when he blows his shankha, his conch, some of the enemies fall dead. This is what the Mahabharata says. The moment he blows the shankha, the battle has not started, he has not done anything. Just he has blown his shankha, Panchajanya. Then at that time, some of his enemies fall dead. So that is the power of the sound. Shankara is the sound, not the arrow being dispatched. That is separate. The very sound of the bowstring, the very sound of the bow being strung is enough to dispatch the enemies to death. So the prayer is, O Sadashava, accompanied by Amba, O Shiva, auspiciousness incarnate, O Shiva, ever bestowing auspiciousness on all of us, may your twin feet be our refuge. टङ्कारस्तव धनुषो दलयति हृदयं द्विषाम् अशनिरिव भो साम्ब सदा शिव शम्भो शङ्कर शरणं मे तव चरणयुगम् स्थाकृतिरिव तव माया बहिरन्तशून्यरूपिणी खलु भो साम्ब सदा शिव शम्भो शङ्कर शरणं मे तव चरणयुगम्. Now he is going, because we have to follow the alphabet, Now after ta comes ta. Now to start any word with ta is impossible. There are, in fact, he is saying that himself when it comes to la at the end. He says you cannot start any word with la, and then he is giving it in a different form very beautifully. Similarly, here he says, because you cannot start a word with tha, there is no word starting with tha. So what he says, Akriti tava maya bahiranta shunya rupini kalubho Takriti iva. The shape of the letter tha, when you write the letter tha, what is its shape? It is a circle. There is nothing inside, there is nothing outside, except the form of the circle. So that is very important here. We must understand this concept, what he is trying to bring in here, concept of Maya. So he says, Thakritihi iva, like the form of the letter Tha of the alphabet, which is empty inside, empty outside, except a line, circular line. Tava Maya Bahirantaha Shunya Rupini Kalubho. Tava Maya, your power of delusion, Bahihi Antaha, Bahihi outside, Antaha inside, outside as well as inside, Shunya Rupini, it is empty, it is nothing, it is non-existent. Maya is non-existent inside, Maya is non-existent outside. Khalu means it's a wonder, expression of wonder. Oh, Parameshwara, Bho, like the letter Tha, your Maya is empty, without substance, inside as well as outside. In fact, Maya has been described as Ya Ma, that which does not exist. Ya Ma, that which does not exist. See, Adi Shankara has spoken a lot about Maya. He is the Advaita philosopher who says Brahman alone is true and all the rest, other than Brahman, whatever we see, is all false. That is the effect of Maya. Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya. Yevo Brahmaiva Naparaha. Brahman alone is true. Jagat Mithya. The Jagat which we are experiencing around us, the world which we are experiencing around us, is false, Mithya. We have seen before, Mithya is not Asatyam. Asatyam means totally false, that which does not exist. Like they say in literature, like the horn of a hare. Hare does not have a horn, like that. Something which does not exist, if you say, that is asatyam. But here, world exists because for all our practical purposes, we are transacting in this world. So, world is there for our vyavaharika purpose. So, he has used the word mithya, something which is not existing in substance but appears to exist. So, that is mithya. Jevo Brahmaiva Naparaha. Now we are talking about Jevatma and Parabrahman separately. Jevatma and Paramatma. They are not separate. They are one and the same. Jevo Brahma Eva Na Aparaha. They are not different. They are not distinct. So this Maya Shakti is a power of Parameshwara, and that is concomitant with Shiva himself. In shloka number 25, he said, Jnanam Vikshepa Avriti Rahitam Kurume Guru Stvameva Vibho. That Jnanam Vikshepa Avriti Rahitam. Without that Maya, without the effects of Maya, Vikshepa and Avriti, the concealment and projection, without those effects, please bestow jnanam on me. That because you are only my guru. That was the statement there. So that means Maya is always ever present with him, and that is very clearly made clear in our Shastra, including Bhagavad Gita. So he says, since Maya Shakti is ever present with you, it does not mean that it is substantial, because Shakti is something which is very powerful, isn't it? It can do and undo. But this Maya is nothing but illusion. It doesn't exist. Like mirage in a desert. That's the standard example given for understanding Maya. From a distance, there appears to be water. When there is a high temperature in the desert, from a distance, we feel there is water, big pond of water. But when we go near, that water pond is also moving farther and farther, and there is actually no pond of water. It is only illusion, visual illusion. Similarly, this Maya appears to exist in the form of all the objects that we see around us. Yes. And all these objects are giving different experiences to our sense organs, which are true. Those experiences are all true for our body. So we think that they are all true. No, but they are not true. The body itself is not true. Our Panchabhutas are not true. Nothing is true other than Brahman. So that is what he is saying here. So, like the Maya deer, like the Maricha deer in Ramayana, was it a true golden deer? No. But it appeared very golden deer. That's why Sita asked Rama to go and fetch that deer. So, like that, there are other examples like snake in rope, pearl in shell, which are coming again in subsequent shlokas. Now, Viveka Chodamani, the foremost Prakarana Grantha, explanatory text of Adi Shankara, defines Maya very beautifully. Avyakta Namni Paramesha Shakti Anadya Vidya Trigunatmika Para Karyanumeya Sudhiyaiva Maya Ya Jagat Sarvamidam Prasuyate. Maya, Yaya, Sarvamidam Jagat Prasuyate. It is only through Maya that all this world has been born. Prasuyate. All this world is born out of Maya only, out of illusion only. Now, how is Maya described? Avyaktanamni Paramesha Shakti. Parameshwara has got a power. That power is called Avyakta. Avyakta means that which cannot be explained. That is Maya. Because whatever you explain, you have not fully understood Maya. That is the beauty of Maya. That is why it is called Avyakta. Something Anirvachaniya, Avyakta. These are the terms used in Shastra to describe Maya. Anadi, because it has no beginning nor end. It remains there all the time. Only we have to get out of the effect of Maya. That is what Shastra advises us. So Avyakta Namni, it is something which is called inexplicable. Paramesha Shakti, Anadya Vidya, Anadi. It has no beginning. It is avidya. It is ignorance. It is just ignorance. It is not Vidya. Triguna Atmika Para. Para. It is superior to all the effects, that Shakti, the original Shakti which Parameshwara is having, is superior to, that is a para, it is superior to all the effects that are there. Effects are the visual effects around us, the world. How is that world made? Trigunatmika, Sattva, Rajas and Tamas. We have seen before, the three gunas define all the objects, including our body, including all the bodies of all living beings, including all the planets, including everything. Whatever object we think of, moving, non-moving object, they are all possessed of either Sattva Guna or Rajo Guna or Tamo Guna or a mix of all the three. Like the human being, he has got a mix of all the three. So, Triguna Atmika Para, that is because Maya has got that power, inherent power of Trigunas, Sattva, Rajas and Tamas. Karyanumeya Sudhiyaiva Maya. Now, how do you say that this is Maya? Sudhiyaiva. Intellectuals have defined it. Sudhi. Sudhi. The intellectuals have defined this Maya and they have made it clear. Karya Anumeya. It is to be inferred. Anumeya. You cannot see it. You show me Maya, you cannot see. Karya Anumeya. From the Karya, from the effect. Karana Karya. Maya is the Karana and Karya is the world around us. So from the world around us, you have to infer that there is a power which is called Maya behind this. So another shloka in the same Viveka Chudamani, he is explaining further. Maya Maya Karyam Sarvam Sada Jideha Paryantam Asadidam Anatma Tattvam Vidhitvam Maru Marishika Kalpam. Maya Maya Karyam Sarvam. Maya as well as its effect which you see around you. Mahada Jideha Paryantam. It started with Mahat, the first principle of creation is Mahat, then Ahankara, then Panchabhutas, Panchatanmatras, and so on. Then finally what? Deha Paryantam, ending with the body, ending with our human body, starting with the concept of Mahat, which was the starting point of creation. Asadidam Anatma Tattvam. This is not Atma Tattva, it is Anatma Tattva. It is not really existing. It is not reality. It is far from reality. Asat, it doesn't exist. Something non-existent, something which is unreal, anahatmatattvam, vidhitvam, maru marichika kalpam. Please understand that this does not exist. It is like maru marichika, like the mirage in a desert. Maru is desert, marichika is mirage. Like the mirage in a desert, this is non-existing. That is Maya. But it's very powerful. There is a story there are many stories connected with Maya in various Puranas. One story which comes to my mind is regarding Narada getting subjected to Maya, and it comes in Devi Bhagavatam. Once Narada went to Vishnu and told he is, after all, a great Vishnu Bhakta, so he has got access to all all Bhagavan forms at all times, all Devas, all Asuras, he has got access, universal access. He went to Vishnu and he said, all of you are talking about Maya, 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 I don't understand. Can you show me Maya? Is what he said. Then Vishnu smiled and said, I can show you, but its effect will be very bad. So I don't want to show you, don't insist on seeing Maya. This is what he advised. But Narada would not listen because he has got freedom with Vishnu. He said, no, you are my Bhagavan, you have fulfilled all my desires. This is my desire. I want to see Maya for what it is. He went on and on and on. So ultimately Vishnu said, okay, this fellow is not going to listen to me. So he said, okay, I'll show you Maya. Then he started off from Vaikuntha on Garuda and with Narada sitting at the back of Garuda. They both came down to earth and they came to the territory called Kanyakubjam and they landed on the banks of a pond, a lake. And Vishnu wanted to teach this Narada a lesson, isn't it, obviously. So the Leela starts here, Vishnu Leela starts here. Then he praised the waters of that lake. He said, oh, the waters are beautiful. I feel like taking bath. I'm sure you also feel like taking bath. Go and take bath, and I will follow you later. Then Narada kept his veena and whatever vastra, etc. He was wearing, etc. He kept on the river bank, lake bank, went for a bath. The moment he dipped inside the waters, Vishnu disappeared with all the paraphernalia which Narada had left. Not only that, the moment he dipped in the water, had a dip, and raised his head, he forgot all about himself. He didn't know that he was Narada. He didn't know that he was a great sage, a great jnani, etc. Everything was forgotten. He thought he was an ordinary man. Then he came out and he didn't remember anything about Vishnu, anything about what Vishnu had said. Nothing was remembered. No knowledge, no Veda, nothing he remembered. That is the effect of Maya. Then he found that a king was coming on the. The story is very long. I will just briefly mention it because we have to know only the effect of Maya. He saw a king coming on the banks of the lake. The king was very much. He became a woman. I forgot to mention that. When Narada uh, uh, left the waters, when he took a dip, isn't it? When he came out of the dip, he became a woman, a very beautiful woman, and he forgot all about his being Narada. He thought he was a woman. Then the king was enchanted by the beauty of this woman. He took her to his palace nearby. He married her. And then the married life went on and on for a long time, more than 12 years. And they got a lot of children. A lot of grandchildren came afterwards. And then finally, it so happened that many years passed without any change in Narada's memory. Then an enemy came to invade this kingdom and he became successful. So this Raja became destitute. He lost his kingdom. At that point, the Raja was killed. He was killed in the battle. And then this Narada, I think she was called Saubhagya Sundari. That was the name given to Narada by that king. So Saubhagya Sundari was left all alone. All children died in that, except only one grandchild to continue with the lineage. All children, many children they had, many grandchildren they had, all of them died in the battle. So she was extremely worried, very, very miserable. At that time, Vishnu came as Vishnu, in the form of Vishnu. Vishnu came and he inquired about what is happening, and etc., etc. And then he said, "Okay, you have lost your husband, you have lost your children. Now this is the time to take bath. That's the first important thing. Shastra prescribes the bath as soon as this thing happens. Come, let us go to that lake, the original lake where this whole thing started." He took this lady there, this woman, and then he said, "Okay, go and take bath." And as soon as she took bath, when she came out of the waters, she became Narada again. She remembered everything now, everything. Then Narada came and quarreled with Vishnu. "What is this you did to me? So many years I didn't remember I am Narada. That is what is Maya. That is what I told you. Don't ask me to show you. Now I have shown you Maya. Even we are worried about Maya. Even Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva are worried about Maya. And you wanted to experience Maya. That's why I had to take you through these experiences." So this is the story of Maya as given in Devi Bhagavatam. So ठाकृतिरिव तव माया बहिरन्तःशून्यरूपिणी खलु भो साम्ब सदा शिव शम्भो शङ्कर शरणं मे तव चरणयुगम् डम्बरमम्बुरुहामपि दलयत्यनघं त्वदङ्घ्रियुगलं भो साम्ब सदा शिव शम्भो शङ्कर शरणं मे तव चरणयुगम् त्वत् अङ्घ्रियुगलं, your twin feet. Angri is feet, yugalam, twin feet. Your twin feet or anagham. Agha is sin, free from sin, naturally. Parameshwara's twin feet relieve us from sin. Naturally, they are free from sin. What does it do? The pair of feet, Dambaram Amburuham Dalayati. Amburuha is lotus. Dambara is a heap. A heap of lotuses. A heap of lotuses is a very beautiful sight. That's why he is using the word api. That is even. Even a beautiful heap of lotuses. Dalayati, it destroys. It breaks the glory of that heap of lotuses. Your pair of feet, which are sinless, they break the glory of the heap of lotuses. Because your feet are not only more beautiful than lotus, and what can lotus do? It can only give us pleasure, sensual pleasure. Whereas your feet can give us mukti. That is why they are more glorious. Now, in Shivananda Lahari, this concept is brought out in a different manner, but the concept is same. That is, the feet are capable of giving mukti. He says, Adya Vidya Hridgata Nirgata Seet Vidya Hridya Hridgata Tvat Prasadat Tvat Prasadat. By your grace, what happened? Adya Avidya Hridgata Nirgata Seet. Whatever was there in my heart, Hridgata. Adya Avidya, the primal avidya, that maya, that ignorance which was there all along in my heart, nirgatasi, it left. The avidya, the ignorance left, and in its place, vidya, hridya, hridgata, tat prasadat, hridya vidya, very agreeable vidya, very pleasant vidya, that came to my heart in place of that avidya. So that is the benefit of worshipping your feet, that he says now. Seve nityam shikaram tvatpadabhyam bhave muktir bhajanam rajamoule. He calls Shiva as Rajamouli. Rajamouli means his head is shining because of the moon. Tvatpadabhyam muktehe bhajanam bhave. I consider your lotus feet as the repository of mukti, as the abode of mukti. Muktehe bhajanam. Seve nityam shrikaram. So that is, your feet only can give me auspiciousness, all glory it can give. What glory higher than mukti? Nothing. So I always worship. Seve nityam. So this is the beauty, the glory of Shiva's lotus feet. That is what is mentioned here. Though they are called lotus feet, they are much higher than lotus. डम्बरमम्बुरुहामपि दलयति अनघं त्वदङ्घ्रियुगलम्भो साम्ब सदा शिव शम्भो शङ्कर शरणं मे तव चरणयुगम् नेक्स्ट ढक्काक्षसूत्रशूलद्रुहिण करोति समुल्लसत्करभो साम्ब सदा शिव शम्भो शङ्कर शरणं मे तव चरणयुगम्. What he is holding in his hands, that is the subject in this shloka. Lasat Kara, your hands are shining with these various objects which you are holding. What are the objects? Dhakka is the Damaru which he is holding. Akshasutra is the Rudrakshamala, Akshasutra. Shula, the Trishula which he is holding. Druhina Karoti is the Kapola. Brahma Kapola, Druhina is Brahma. Druhina is another word for term for Brahma. Druhina Karoti is Brahma Kapala, the Kapala of Brahma. All these are shining in your hands. He is mentioning four objects: Dakka, Akshasutra, Shula, Druhina Karoti. Now, Dhakka is the Damaru which makes sound, and that sound is the primordial sound, what is called Shabda Brahman in our literature. Shabda Brahman is the cause of creation. Starts with Omkara and then goes on with Vedas. And that is the cause of all creation, Shabda Brahman. And just now we saw that Shankadvani of Krishna was able to kill the enemies, like the tankara of the bow of Shiva can kill the enemies. So sound has got the power of killing. Sound has also the power of creating. That is what Damaru is doing. Damaru has been used by Shiva for killing also in certain cases. Rudrakshamala, second, Akshasutra, that stands for jnana, that stands for mental focus, attention, etc., which we have seen in detail about the glory of Rudraksha. Next is Trishula. Trishula he is holding for punishing the evil. Now, why it is in three spikes, this Trishula? Because it denotes whatever is there in creation in the form of three. The main is Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas. We just now saw. Now, he will destroy with his Trishula not just the physical forms of the enemies, no doubt he has used Trishula for destroying the enemies, Asuras, but he can also destroy Sattva, Rajas, and Tamoguna and free us from this samsara bondage. All evil tendencies, all durgunas, all can be removed by the use of this Trishula. Trishula also can represent A, U, Ma, the aksharas of Omkara, like this Jagrat, Swapna, Sushupti, everything which are in three, it can refer to that. And it can remove all the evils and it can restore all the good. That is Trishula. Brahma Kapala. Brahma was punished for telling a lie that he had seen Shiva's head when Shiva manifested as a column of light, which is celebrated in Tiruvannamalai during Kartikeya Deepam, which is going to come up in the next few days. So when Shiva manifested as a column of light, Brahma took the form of a swan, Annapakshi, and then Kamsapakshi, and then he went upwards and upwards to find the beginning of that column. He failed, and then he came back and told the lie, yes, I have seen the top of this column of light. Then, as a punishment for telling the lie, Brahma, who had five faces, five heads all along, lost one head. Shiva plucked the fifth head with the edge of his nails. This is what Purana says. We have seen it in Shivananda Lahiri also. So, this is the punishment for asatyam. It shows the importance of satyam and humility. That is the Brahma Kapala. That is why he is holding the Brahma Kapala. In fact, he is wearing a mala, a garland of Brahma Kapala, because so many Brahmas come. Brahma is a post. So many people come as Brahmas. So every Brahma, he is wearing a Kapala to remind us, not to remind Brahma, as well as us, of the importance of truth and humility. So these are the four objects which are shining in his hands, which are making the hands shine. Lasatkara. ढक्काक्षसूत्रशूलद्रुहिण करोटि समुल्लसत्करभो साम्ब सदा शिव शम्भो शङ्कर शरणं मे तव चरणयुगम्. Next. नाकारगर्भिणी चेत् शुभदा ते शरगतिर्नृणामिह भो साम्ब सदा शिव शम्भो शङ्कर शरणं मे तव चरणयुगम्. When we started the shloka with the letter Tha, he started with Thakara because there is no other way to start. Similarly, Na, it is very difficult to find a word starting with Na. So he said Nakara Garbhini, the letter Na of that shape. Nakara Garbhini, inside the Nakara, inside the letter, not inside the letter, inside an object which is looking like the letter Na. What is that object? That we will know now. नाकार गर्भिणी चेत शुभदा शुभदा चेत ते शरगति नृणामिह भो ते शरगति ही the source of your arrows, the path of your arrows, the path of your arrows, the sharagati, Nranam Subhada Ket. If your arrows rest in the quiver, that Nakara Garbhini is the quiver. Nakara Garbhini is the quiver which holds the arrows. Nakara Garbhini, that's why it's called Garbhini because it's holding the arrows. Like the Garbhini is holding the child in her womb. Similarly, this quiver is holding the arrows of the shape of Na. If you see the quiver, it is of the shape of Na. So he says, Nakara Garbhini, the quiver of the shape of Na and holding the arrows. If you don't let out the arrows, if you don't remove the arrows, te sharagatihi, the position of your arrows, the path of your arrows. That means the arrow is not even taken out. Then nruna shubhada ete. Then it will bring auspiciousness to people. If you keep your arrow safely in your quiver, that is what the prayer in the first Anuvaka Sri Ruddham says. We saw that there are many more mantras saying similar things. That is, please don't keep your bow miles away. Keep your arrows miles away. Don't bring it in anywhere near me. All that is the prayer. So he says here, if your arrows do not leave your quiver, only when you take it out and string it in your bow, then it is the subject of fear. So if you don't take it out, no fear. So he says, if it is inside the quiver, which is the Nakara Garbhini, if it is there, then Dranam Subhada Chete, it is giver of auspiciousness to people. So, as we have seen in Sri Rudram, in first Anuvakam, there are many, many mantras mentioning this power of the arrow. Just as we said, Sharavyaya Tavatayano Rudram Nidaya, like that. So the arrows are extremely powerful. Don't dispatch them. Keep them away, hundreds of miles away from us. Keep them safely in a quiver. That quiver is Nakar Garbhini. Nakara Garbhini Chet Subhada Te Sharagatar Nranamiha Bho Samba Sada Shiva Shambho Shankara Sharanam Te Sharanam Me Tava Charana Yugam Tava Manvati Sanjapataha Sadyastarati Naro Hi Bhavabdhimbho Samba Sada Shiva Shambho Shankara Sharanam Me Tava Charana Yugam. That is the next shloka, shloka number 31. Tava manvati sanjapataha sadhyaha tarati narohi bhavabdhim bho. Tava manu. Manu means mantra. One meaning of the word manu is mantra. Your mantra. Your mantra. Ati sanjapataha. When somebody chants that mantra, does japa of that mantra, Ati and San. San means beautifully, properly. He chants properly and he also chants many times. Chants properly and chants many times. Ati Sanjapataha, if he does that, if Naraha, if any person, any man does this, then what happens? Sadhyaha bhavabdhyam tarati. Sadhyaha, immediately, bhavabdhyam tarati. He crosses the ocean of samsara, bhava abdhi. Abdhi is ocean, bhava is samsara. So the ocean of samsara, he crosses tarati by doing what? By chanting properly and chanting number of times your manu, your mantra. Now, the mantra which is referred to here, though not clearly, though not explicitly, is Namah Shivaya, because that is the standard Mula mantra of Shiva. And that is the mantra which comes in Sri Rudram at the center. Namah Shivaya cha Shivataraya cha, it says. So, before that it says, Namah Shambhave cha Mayobhave cha Namah Shankaraya cha Mayaskaraya cha Namah Shivaya cha Shivataraya cha. So this Namah Shivaya has been glorified, has been praised by all the Shastras as the most powerful Mula Mantra, Bija Mantra of Shiva. Now, there is an Upanishad called Rudropanishad, which glorifies this. There are many passages glorifying this Namah mantra in Mahabharata, in other Puranas, in Upanishads, many Upanishads, etc. One such is Vidyasu Shruti Rutprushta Rudrekadishini Shrutau Tatra Panchakshari Tasyam Shivayetyakshara Vidyasu Shrutihi Utkrishta. Of all sources of knowledge, Vedas is the best. There is nothing higher than Veda. And when you counting the sources of Vidya, Vidyasu Shrutihi Utkrishta Rudraik Adashini Shrutau, inside the Veda, which is the best. Veda is the best out of all sources of knowledge. So inside the Shruti, which is the best? Rudra Ekadashini. That is, Sri Rudram chanted 11 times is called Rudra Ekadashini. If you chant Sri Rudram mantra 11 times, it is what is done normally in our Shanti homams, Shanti observances like Shashtibda Purti, Shatabhishekam, etc., etc. You might have seen Rudra Ekadashini being performed. This is what it is. That is chanting 11 times Rudra. Tatra Panchakshari Tasyam Shiva Yatyakshara Inside the Rudra Ekadashini, inside the Rudra mantra, which is the best? Panchakshari, that is Namah Shivaya, that is the best. Okay. That also I don't have time to chant Namah Shivaya many times. So is there a shorter way? Yes, Tasyam Shiva Yatyakshara Inside that 5 letters, 5-lettered mantra, we have only 2 letters. Shiva. Iti Akshara Dvayam, only 2 letters. If you can chant it many times, as he says here, Manu Ati Sanjapataha, you chant many times, you chant properly, with proper devotion, proper dedication to Shiva, then you can cross the ocean of samsara. You might have heard of 63 Nayanmars of Tamil Nadu, the great Shaivite saints. One of the Nayanmars, a very beautiful story, is Rudra Pashupati Nayanar. His name is Rudra Pashupati Nayanar. What was he doing? He was chanting Sri Rudra Mantra all the time. Morning, he will go to the river, he will stand in the river, only the head outside, body inside the water, he will go on chanting Rudra Mantra. Similarly, in the evening, he will go to the river, do the same, chant Rudra Mantra again and again. Even during the day, whenever he is at home, he will chant Rudra Mantra. Rudra Mantra was the only mantra he was chanting. That is why he was known as Rudra Pashupati Nayana. And he was chanting with so much dedication, Ati Sanjapataha, chanting with so much dedication, that Shiva was highly pleased. Shiva appeared before him, granted him moksha. All the other Nayanmar stories, you will find some test which Shiva does to test the devotion. Many very difficult, hard tests other Nayanmars have gone through. But this Rudra Nayanar did not go through any such test of devotion. His test of devotion was already achieved by chanting Rudra Mantra. So he was granted moksha directly, no test. So that is the greatness of Shivayat Yaksharadvayam. Tava manvati sanjapataha sadyastarati naro hi bhavabhimbho samba sada shiva shambho shankara sharanam me tava charana yugam. Next. Thutkarastasya mukhe bhuyat tena manasti yasya vibho samba sada shiva shambho shankara sharanam me tava charana yugam. The glory of chanting the name of Shiva, the names of Shiva, Nama, Shiva Nama, was mentioned in the previous sloka. Now, if there is someone who never wants to chant any name of Shiva, what is his state. That is what is described here. Tutkarastasya mukhe bhuyat te nama nasti yasya vibho. Yasya mukhe te nama nasti. In whose mouth your name does not exist. He never chants your name. Such a person. Yasya mukhe tava te nama nasti. For that person, tasya mukhe thutkaraha. You should spit on his face. This is what he says. Thutkara is spitting. That is reproach. He is the subject of reproach. He is the subject of disgrace. Thutkara is actually spitting. So he says on his face is only fit for being spit upon. Tutkarna tasya mukhe bhuyat te nama nasti yasya vibho. If he never chants your name, we have simplified your name. We started with whole of Vedas and we ended with two letters, Shiva only. And still if you don't want to chant, you are eligible only for Tutkara. That is what he says very beautifully. Now, there are many, many stories in Shiva Purana, in Skanda Purana, and various other Purana, Linga Purana, various other Puranas, explaining how great devotees, just by, like just now we saw Rudranayana. Similarly, the many other stories are there. Just by chanting Shivanama, they have attained the highest state. Many stories are there. Now, the greatness of Shivanama is mentioned again and again in many, many stories. One such story in Skanda Puranam is a hunter, boy hunter, was taught by his father hunter to 3, 4 words he taught while going for hunting. Ahara, prahara, etc. Ahara means go and bring. That means go and fetch an animal first. Prahara, then you kill that animal. Then you bring that animal. So like this, he gave some instructions, simple instructions. So this boy got by heart these few words, ahara, prahara, etc. And he went on chanting those words whenever he went for hunting. And he was successful in hunting. Now, one day he found that Shiva's Vimana came and Shiva Dutas, Shiva Ganas came and took him to Kailasa. He was surprised. What punya have I done? Then the Shiva Ganas explained, your punya was, you said ahara, prahara, and you have, without knowing, you have chanted the name of Hara so many times. You have chanted the name of Hara without knowing its importance so many times. This is what the Shiva Ganas explained to Yamadutas, because Yamadutas were also surprised and they came and questioned Shiva Ganas. So Yamadutas were told like this. This man has chanted the name of Hara so many times, unknowingly. He was only chanting Ahara, Prahara. He never meant Hara, but he has chanted. So like this, there are many stories. Now, one very interesting statement of the glory of Shiva is made by Parvati. Is made by not Parvati, made by Dakshayani. Before she became Parvati, her previous form was Dakshayani, Dakshaputri. So we know the story of Daksha Yajna. She goes to the Yajna and then she advises her father, Daksha, about the greatness of glory of Shiva. Of course, he doesn't listen. That is further story. So when this is the Purana of dedicated to Vishnu, Srimad Bhagavatam. I am quoting from Srimad Bhagavatam, very famous shloka, where Dakshayani glorifies the importance of Shivanama to Daksha, her father. She says, Yadjaksharam nama gireritam pranam sakrit prasangat adhamashu hanti tat pavitra kirtim tamalanga shasanam bhavanaho dveshti shivam shivetaraha. Ahaha, aho, what a wonder. By chanting Shivanama, what happens? Yadjaksharam nama gireritam pranam. These two aksharas, Shiva, if it is chanted by people, Sakrit prasangat, even once, Prakriti, even like that hunter boy, even by chance, prasangat, not necessarily out of devotion, sitting in a puja room, etc. No, just by chance, casually. Then what happens? Agama johanti tat, it kills, it destroys all his sins. The very chant of Shivanama destroys all his sins. This is stated by no less a person than Dakshayani herself. That is the glory of this particular shloka. That is why many people quote this shloka when they want to talk about Shivanama, because it is said by Dakshayani, and it is appearing in a Purana dedicated to Vishnu. Pavitra Kirtim Tamalangya Shasanam. Then she further describes the glory of Shivanama. Pavitra Kirtim, the Kirti, the fame of that Shivanama is so purifying. Tam Alangya Shasanam. The Shiva, whose name is Shivanama, who has got Pavitra Kirti, Shiva is Pavitra Kirti. His fame is purifying. And that is what the Shivanama does. It purifies you because it is the name of Shiva who is Pavitra Kirti. Alangejasanam, his root runs everywhere. His control extends everywhere. Nobody can cross. Nobody can violate his writ or his control. Alangejasanam, that Shiva, Bhavanaho Dveshti, that Shiva you hate. What a surprise. That Shiva, whose name, just by chanting once, kills all the sins, and he is Pavitra Kirti, and his root runs everywhere, and you are hating him. Bhavanaho Dveshti Shivam Shivetaraha. Because he is her father, she didn't want to continue saying that you are a fool, you are a sinner, etc. So she describes him as, you are hating Shiva. It is a great surprise to me, and you are nothing other than Shiva Yataraha, opposite of Shiva, opposite of Mangala. You are Amangala. You are inauspiciousness personified. So how else can beautifully be described the situation? Very beautiful sloka. Bhavanaho dveshti shivam shivetaraha. There is another uh, sloka regarding Shiva, which is used as Prayashchitta, just as we use Kayena Vacha Manasendriyirva. Similarly, this sloka is used for Prayashchitta for our mistakes. What it says, beautiful, very deep meaning. This is also chanted by many people. Yat krityam tanna kritam akrityam krityavate adacharitam ubhayoho prayaschittam shivatava namaksharadvitayam. Yat krityam tan akritam. Whatever is to be done, I have not done. Whatever is given as do's in the Shastra, you must do, I have not done. Okay. Akrityam krityavate ati acharitam. The Shastra says, don't do this. Vidhi nishedha. The first one was Vidhi, now it is Nishedha. The Shastra says, don't do it, prohibits. All the prohibited acts I have done. Akrityam krityavati, as if it should be done. That is the beauty. Something should not be done. I have done it with great interest, as if it should be done. Krityavati ati acharitam. Ubhayoho prayashchittam. The prayashchittam for both these is Shiva Tava Nama Akshara Dvitayam. Your name, your nama, which contains only two letters, Shiva. So that is the beauty of Shiva Nama. That is why he says here, Thutkarastasya mukhe bhuya te nama nasti yasya vibho samba sada Shiva shambho shankara sharanam me tava charana yugam. Next. Dayani yacha dayadu kosti matanya swadanya yaha vidabho Samba Sada Shiva Shambho Shankara Sharanam Medava Charna Yugam. Dayaniyacha Dayaluhu Kaha Asti Madanyaha Tvadanyaha iha vada bho. Iha means here. Dayaneyaha kosti madanyaha. Is there anybody fit for pity, fit for sympathy other than me? Tell me. Vada means tell me. Please tell me, is there anyone who is more worthy of pity, of sympathy than myself? Dayaneyaha kosti. Is there anyone? Who is there? Kosti means kaha asti. Who is there? Who is fit for pity? Dayaneyaha. Mat anyaha. Other than me. Similarly, dayaluhu kosti tvadanyaha. Other than you, is there anyone who is capable of showing pity? Who is the embodiment of pity, Dayalu, who is the embodiment of pity, embodiment of compassion. Is there anyone other than you? Tat anyaha. Please tell me, Evadabho. Beautiful way of asking for compassion. Now, same idea is brought out in Shiva Bhujangam. Shiva Bhujangam, same Adi Shankara, puts it in more words. Here it is all short because of the pattern of the stotra. There, same idea, he is putting it in more detail. Tadanya Sharanya Prapannasya Neti Prasidha Smaranyeva Hanyastu Dainyam. Tadanyaha Sharanyaha Prapannasya Na iti. For one who has taken refuge in you, Prapannasya, there is nobody other than you who is capable of giving refuge. Tadanya Sharanyaha Prapannasya iti. Considering this, you must bless me, Prasida Smaranyeva Hanyastu Dainyam, and my pitiful condition you should remove. Hanyastu Dainyam, my pitiable condition you should remove by remembering, by considering the fact that you alone are capable of giving me refuge, and I have already taken refuge in you. Nachete bhaved bhakta vatsalyahanihi tato me dayalo sada sannidhehi. There also the term dayalu comes. Nachete, if you don't do this, if you don't consider this way, bhakta vatsalyahanihi bhavet, you have a glory, a name, a fame, that you have bhakta vatsalya, you have love of your devotees, you love your devotees, like a father loves his children. Vatsalya is a father's, mother's love to the children is vatsalya, and the children's love to the father, mother, to Bhagavan is called bhakti. That is the same love. When this is expressed by a junior, it is bhakti. When it is expressed by a senior, it is vatsalya. So he says, Nachete bhaved bhakta vatsalyahanihi. For your vatsalya, which is so famous, so remarkable, that fame will get a dent. Hani, there will be a loss to that name if you don't consider my plea. Tato me dayalo sada sannidhehi. Hence, please be compassionate and please come near me. Sada sannidhehi. Always be near me. Don't leave me. That is the prayer. And in another sloka, he continues, same Shiva Bhajangam. Ayam dana kalaha tvaham dana patram bhavane vadata tadanyam nayache bhavad bhakti meva sthiram dehi makyam kripashila shambho pratartho smitasmat. Kripashila, same meaning as Dayalu. It calls him Kripashila Shambho. He says, Ayam dana kalaha. Don't tell me I will bless you later on. No later on. All times are auspicious for blessing, for giving dana. For us, when we give dana, deshe kalecha patrecha, Bhagavad Gita says, if you give to the proper person at the proper time, in the proper place, then the effect is manifold. That is why during solar eclipse, Grahana Kala, we give dana, because there is a time, dana Kala. But here, don't wait for all that Shastra requirement, that is for different purpose. As far as I am concerned, I am dana kalaha. This is the time for dana. Aham dana patram. So who is the best person to receive the dana? Myself. Bhavane vadata. Who is going to give? Who is the giver? You are the giver. You are the giver. I am the receiver, and this is the best time for giving. Then what are you waiting? Tadanyam nayache. I am not going to beg from anyone else. I am not going to beg of anyone else. Bhavad bhakti me vastiram dehi mahyam. So what is the dhan? Now he is telling. He has said many things before this. What is the dhan I want? Bhavad bhakti me vastiram dehi mahyam. You give me stiram, unwavering, unwavering bhakti to you. Bhavad bhakti me vastiram dehi mahyam. Kripashila Shambho Kritartho Smitatmat. You are compassionate, Shambhu, very form of auspiciousness. So I would have achieved what I should achieve. Kritartho Smitatmat. I will become Kritartha. If you please, bless me like this. So that is Shiva Bhujangam. Dayani Esha Dayalukosti Madanyastwadanya Yavadabho Samba Sada Shiva Shambho Shankara Charanam Metava Charana Yugam. We stop with this today. We continue next week at same time, 7:30 p.m. IST on Saturday, next Saturday. Any questions?
Guruji, one
Today?
couple of questions.
Hmm.
So in the 33rd sloka, the Dayaniyascha Dayaluhu Kosti, does it mean, is it trying to say, is there anybody more worthy of pity than me? Or
Yes,
that's it? Okay.
yes, yes.
Hmm.
There is nobody more. That means I am the greatest sinner. You know, that is how you should go and plead before Bhagavan.
Hmm.
You should say you are the worst sinner. There cannot be anybody who has committed greater sins, so hence greater patra for compassion.
I see. Hmm. And in 30th sloka,
Hmm.
Sharagati Nrinamiha. So what
Hmm.
does Nrinamiha mean? Nrinamiha?
Nrinam iha. Iha means here, on this earth. Nrinam means for men, for human beings. For human beings, your Sharagati, the position of your arrow, will become auspicious as long as it remains within the quiver. That is what he says.
So Nrina
Nakara
means
Garbhadi.
humans.
Nrina means human being. Nri
Okay.
means human being.
Hmm.
That is why a king is called Nripati.
Nipati. Hmm.
Yeah.
And the 32nd sloka, Bhuyatte. What does Bhuyat?
Nri is same as Nara. You must have heard Narapati.
Yeah,
Similarly,
Narapati.
Nri is also same. What was the question?
32nd, the Bhuyatte. What is Bhuyatte? Utkarastasya mukhe Bhuyatte. What does Bhuyatte mean?
Mukhe Bhuyat. Te nama. Bhuyat and te, they are different. Mukhe Bhuyat. Thukkaraha tasya mukhe Bhuyat. His face is fit only for Thukkara. That is the statement.
Okay, okay.
Bhuyat means let it be. Bhuyat means let it be.
Okay.
Te nama means your name.
Okay. Okay, those are the questions. Does anybody have any questions? Please unmute yourself and turn on your video and ask questions. Any questions, anybody? No questions, Guruji.
No, okay. So we close for the day. We continue next Saturday, 7:30 p.m. IST. Namah Parvati Pataye Har Har Mahadeva Sarvatra Govinda Nama Sankirtanam Govinda Govinda Shri Mahatripura Sundarye Jaya Jaya